the shape of you.
So hey guys, JDP Gaming here, bringing you the first episode of Season 2 at Coventry City in the Championship. So, as you can see, it's the first day of the transfer window. Probably the most exciting time right now. Going to be buying some players to improve the squad, selling a few to get some profit, and yeah, let's just get this season started. So, without further ado, let's have a look at our objectives overview. So as you can see, they want me to reach the round of 32 stage for the FA Cup. We reached the semi-finals last year, so hopefully we can do, well, at least the round of 32. Within 2 seasons, they want me to finish mid-table in the EFL Championship. Okay, fair enough. And right now, they want me to avoid relegation. For me, I'm aiming for at least mid-table this season. I don't want to be in the relegation scrap. I don't think we should be either. Youth development wise, they want me to sign 1 youth player to the senior team in the same season they were scouted, play them in 10 matches as a sub or starting 11, and grow 1 youth academy player by at least 5 overalls points, and then play them in 5 matches. That's fine. Brand exposure, keep a streak of at least 85% in 5 consecutive home matches. And financial, they want me to increase the club worth by 100%. That's quite a bit, but it's within 3 seasons, so that's perfectly manageable. And then, of course, avoid relegation, reach the round of 32 stage in the FA Cup, and then mid-table within 2 seasons, and we're not in any European competitions, so we don't have any continental success objectives. Second day into the transfer window now, and we have quite a few emails. Let's just have a flick through them. So I've accepted a pre-season invite to the European International Cup. In my group, we'll be having Bolton, some Danish team, and then West Westerlo from some Belgian team as well. We have Charles Cook coming back from his loan from Colchester, and then Jamie Jones is coming in. We signed him as a pre-contract player, and so is Aaron Pierre. Then the player loans expiring, so Kipriani's gone back, Kenny's gone back, McBurney, yep, and Jonathan Bond. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to tell you which players I'm looking to sell. So as you can see, I have Lemarish, Big Romana, Haynes and Charles Cook all transfer listed. A couple of the players like Charles Cook, Haynes and Lemarish I'm not looking to keep. They're keeping hold of some valuable wage, so we may as well ship them on and get some money for them. And Big Romana, after the January transfer window, he said he doesn't want to play for the club anymore, so he wanted to be sold. So there's no point hanging on to a player who doesn't want to play anymore, so that we may as well sell him on and get some money for him. Having a look at my transfer budget, I'm not entirely impressed with it at all. 4.5 million and then just under 30k wage budget. I can't really do anything with that. Oh, that is annoying. So I'm just going to quickly talk you through my transfer targets for this summer transfer window. I've sort of identified a couple of positions where we need to improve, and somewhere we need a couple of backups. So one being we need a spare right back. We did have John Joe Kenny last year, but his loan is expired, so we need a spare right back. So I've identified Romario, Benzar, Nere and Valentini as possible sub right backs for Kelly Evans. I have John Musinho from Burton down here because I haven't addressed the issue in my previous episode, but Jordan Willis has actually come out and said he doesn't want to sign a contract extension and he wants to leave the club. Whether or not he's changed his mind as the season, as I've gone into this second season now, we'll have to see. But we may have to bring in somebody, and I know John Musinho is a solid centre back at Burton, and he'd just come in and he would just boss our 3 centre backs. Obviously, we then need a spare left back. I mean, Stokes was good last year, but I'm not completely happy with him being my first team. So I've identified a couple of targets. Brad Smith, we'd either bring him in on loan from Bournemouth, and then these 3 are left backs that I'm looking to purchase. In particular, Lucas Lima from Nantes or Nantes. I'm not sure how you say the team name, so just going to leave it. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of good stats for this guy. 73 overall, 25. He'd be perfect for us in the Championship. So we're going to go ahead and inquire. And the other player I'm also interested in is Hector Quinones. But I've just noticed, actually, that he's still on loan from Millonarios. So whether or not that's a 2-year loan or a 1-year loan, we'll have to keep an eye on that. But for the time being, we're just going to inquire and see where we can go from there. My next position is centre mid. As you all know, Riley went back to Burton on loan, which is going to be a big loss. So I've identified sort of a sub centre back, a sub centre mid replacement. Because right now I've decided to bring Stevenson up to first team. He's first team quality and he deserves to be starting. So my 2 centre mids will be Rose and Stevenson. So I'm just looking to bring in somebody else to sort of come on as a sub in matches or even start. So as you can see, I've got a couple down here. One is Frank Ives Bambok. Not, you know, he's not my number one targets. The number one targets I'm interested in is Felix Cruz, the brother of Tony Cruz. So we're gonna inquire about him. The other one is Musa Kone from Cesena, who is well, as you can, he's another great player. So hopefully they won't be too expensive, but we'll have to see what they come back, the clubs. Then the other position I've identified is centre attacking mid. We don't have a centre attacking mid through and through. Last year we had Jones play, but he's more of a right mid. So I'm looking for a centre attacking mid to start there every match, and Jones to come on as a sub. So my players for that position are David Edwards of Wolves. I know he's a centre mid, but he can play at centre attacking mid, as you can see, and he's got good work rate. I know he's 31, but I think he'd do a solid job for at least a season or two. So I'm going to inquire about him. And the other player who I'm most keen about getting in the centre attacking mid role is this guy, Daniel Milicevic from Ghent. I know he's 31, so his overall will start going down, but he's such a good player. I think he would be awesome for this team. He's my number one target. Hopefully we can bring him in. And last but not least, the other position is striker. I know we have had Appiah, top goal scorer of League One in the end, but I don't know whether or not he has a first team spot anymore. We have Lecco, who's very, very good. And I noticed towards the end of the season that it worked when I had a fast player, this being Lecco, and a tall player to win the headers from goal kicks and knock it down to Lecco. So I've sort of identified my target for strikers being tall, and these are my 4 strikers who are tall. So we've got Omar Bogle from Wigan, Peniel Malapa, then we have Kyle Lafferty and Grijon Kai, I believe his name is. But my number one target of all of them is Kyle Lafferty. I've done career modes beforehand, and I've brought him in, and I've loved him. I've done ultimate teams, and he's been in the ultimate team. And I love Kyle Lafferty. I can play with him, so he would just be perfect in this team. So I'm going to inquire about him, and then I'm also going to inquire about Peniel Malapa. I know he's 26, but look at for 6'4" and to have sprint speed of 82 and acceleration 76 is insane in my opinion. And then the last one is Grijon Kai. I think he would be also a very good player, and I know they all have great potential. Well, in particular Grijon Kai, maybe not Kyle Lafferty because he's 29 and Peniel Malapa being 26. So Kai has the best potential, but I think they'd all be brilliant in this team. So we get some of our inquiries back. So Millonarios have said that Hector Quinones is currently on loan, so he's not available for transfer. Whether or not he returns from the loan, I don't know, so we'll just have to keep an eye on that situation. Daniel Milicevic, they want 5 million for him. That's just out of our budget right now. Kyle Lafferty, they only want 1.1, and for Kai they want 2.9. Okay, well, we're just going to leave those offers for the time being, and then come back to them when we have the other inquiries back. So we have a couple more inquiries back now. Nantes, I don't know how you say the name. They want 4.3 million for Lucas Lima, so that would use up all our budget. FC Union Berlin wants 4.6 million for Cruz. Cesena only want 2.8 for Kone. Oh, that's going to be cool. I think that's quite a good deal actually. Then David Edwards. Okay, so Wolves have no interest in allowing David Edwards to join us. Okay, so I don't know whether that's going to happen, so we'll delete that email. And then Bochum or Bochum. Oh yeah, again, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but they want 2.4 million for Peniel Malapa. So I have couple of decisions to make right now. We have our first match in the preseason tournament right now. I'm gonna simulate the preseason this time round. I'm not gonna play it, and we just get a 1-1 draw with some Danish team, which I'm not sure how to pronounce. So that's a bit of a disappointing result. Here we are. We have a transfer offer, and it's for Kwesi Appiah. Now, Kwesi Appiah, he played so well last season, but as we all know, he drifted off to the second half of the season. So I'm actually going to look to cash in on him, because I think clubs will be wanting him. As you can see, Peterborough have come in with an offer of 550k. I could probably squeeze out of them 700, I reckon. So let's see what they say to that. We have a transfer offer now for Ryan Haynes. Who's it from? It's from Shrewsbury, 230k. I'm going to ask for 300k. I know it's a little bit more, but we may as well. We have another transfer offer now, and it's for Kwesi Appiah. And it's from Scunthorpe United now. They've put in 525k. Again, I'm going to ask for 700. We have our next game now in the pre-season tournament, and it's against Westerlo. We really need to look to win this, because it's 3 million is up for grabs if we win this tournament. That's nearly double. That would nearly double our transfer budget. So we do need to get through to the knockout stages at the least anyway. And we get another draw. It's not looking good so far. We have a couple more transfer offers. We have a transfer offer for Reece Charles Cook from Portsmouth. They're only offering me 275. No, thank you. I want at least 415 for him. Then we have Peterborough have come back saying they're only going to pay 575 for Kwesi Appiah, and Shrewsbury have said they're only going to pay 275k for Haynes. We're going to accept the Haynes offer, and the Appiah, nah, I'm sorry, 700 is at the least what we want for him. I'm not going to, no, he was very good for us, and if we can get him scoring again, then there'll be no point selling him. But at this point in stage, if we can get a decent amount of money for him, then yeah, I'll accept it. And here we go. Scunthorpe have come back and they said they've decided to match it and go ahead with the deal for 700k for Kwesi Appiah. So if Scunthorpe can afford him, then I'm sure Peterborough can. Into the last game of the group stages of the pre-season tournament. We really need to look to win this. We currently sit third, and there we go, 1-0. Thank the Lord. We won it 3-0, and I think that is us through to the knockout stage. And there you go, we have had 680k added to our transfer budget by getting through to the knockout stages of the pre-season tournament. Player sold, so Haynes is gone, so we've got 190k extra now to our budget. And Portsmouth are saying they're only going to pay 300k for Reece Charles Cook. That's not even his base value. I'm going to ask for what he's worth, so 375k, and if they don't want to pay that, then they don't want to. Simulating now through. Transfer talks are broken down between Kwesi Appiah and Scunthorpe because they could not agree on wages. Oh, didn't think of that one. But Peterborough have come through and they've said they've matched the 700k for Kwesi Appiah, so I'm happy with that. So hopefully he can go to them this time. We have a transfer offer now for Gail Bigger-Amani. It's from Ipswich and it's for 875k. No, I'm sorry. He's a good player, so I'm going to ask for 1.3 million. And Portsmouth have once again said no, they're only going to pay 300k for Reece Charles Cook. I don't want to keep him, so let's just sell him and get 300k worth of money added to our transfer budget. Simulating our next game now in the pre-season tournament. It's a semi-final match against Mulder, so hopefully we can pick up a win. No, we lose it 1-0. Ah, that's annoying. But as a result, we did get an extra million added to our transfer budget, so I'm not going to complain too much. And the transfer talks are broken down between Kwesi Appiah and Peterborough because they, yes again, could not agree on wages. I've decided it's time to make a couple of signings for us, so I'm going to go ahead and try and sign Lima. I think I'm going to start off at about 3 million for him. Musa Kone is another good player that I think would bring quality to this team, so I'm going to offer 1.75 million for him, and I think I'm going to go with Carl Lafferty. But 33k worth of wage, that's a lot. Whether or not that will stump us, but let's try and see if we can get him in on, let's see if we can get him for 800k. Try Grijon Kai for just 2 million. Daniel Milicevic we'll try for 3.75 million and see, just sort of as a starting value, just to see how much they do want for him. Ipswich have matched the 1.3 million, so hopefully Bigger-Amani will go for that. And Reece Charles Cook has gone to Portsmouth. Here we go. So Ghent have accepted the 3.75 million for Daniel Milicevic. That could be a great transfer. He only wants 2-year contract, that's fine, and 15k worth of wages. He'd be our most expensive player, but I think he'd be worth it. Stade de Reims are saying the sum's too low. Same with Norwich. And Cesena say they want more. Okay, we can pay more for Moussa Kone, because look at his wages, 3.2. That'd be an absolute steal. So let's do 2.35 for Moussa Kone. Nan says they want 4.3. Oh, it's too valuable. Right, okay, let's try 3.8 for Lima. So as you can see, we have another transfer offer now for Kwesi Appiah. It's from Bristol Rovers. It's for 600k. We have another one from Ross County for 475. Well, I'm going to ask them for 700. Now, Bristol Rovers, I'm tempted with 600k. I am, but I'm going to ask again for 700. As you can see, Juventus have signed Socrates from Dortmund for 27.5 million. God, I wish I had that amount of money. Anyway, Ruben Lemerash, we've got an offer for him. It's from Westerlo. I'm going to ask for 800k for him, see what they say to that. And unfortunately, Daniel Milicevic is happy where he's living and does not want to relocate. Oh, that is devastating. The 3.8 million offer for Lima has been accepted, so let's see if we can go to his transfer. He wants 20k worth of wages. We can do that, and well, no, we'll give him 5 years and crucial first team. Hopefully he'll accept that and we'll have a quality first team left back. Big Romani's gone to Ipswich and we have 925k added to our budget. That is a lovely amount of money. Can't complain to that. And Derby County put in an offer of 1.4 million for Lafferty. So that could scupper our plans to sign Lafferty. So we have a couple more emails back. Ross County have accepted the 700k and so have Bristol Rovers. And here we go again. Stade de Reims have accepted an offer of 2.5 million for Kai. So it's looking like all the players I want to buy are going to be sold, so this is not looking good. We're going to have to act fast. We have a transfer offer now for Andy Rose. I'm not looking to sell him, and as it currently stands we're low on centre mid, so I can't afford to sell him either, so I'm going to reject all offers. Cesena have accepted my offer of 2.3 million for Moussa Kone. He only wants 3.5k worth of wage. That's just insane. So we're going to sign him up, give him 3 years and crucial first team, and hopefully he might accept. Having a look at the rest of my shortlist, the only other striker I really have is Peniel Malapa, so I'm gonna that's approach to buy Peniel Malapa, so I'm gonna put in an offer of 1.8 and see what they say to that. Other centre attacking mid-wise, we have Boubacar Barry, Josh Windass and George Moncur. Well, let's inquire about all of them and see what the clubs say. We have another transfer offer now for Kwesi Appiah, 475k. Like I keep saying, 700k is what I want, so let's bunk it up to that and see if he accepts it or not. Burnsley have gone back and said they want 1.8 for George Moncur. Let's see if we can reduce that down to 1.25. We have a transfer for yet again for Kwesi Appiah. Well, I'm going to just put it up to our normal price, as we all know, 700k. And Westerlo have come back and said they're only going to pay 725k for Lemerash. I'm happy with that, so let's sell him for that and get some more money in. Moussa Kone has, oh my god, he's rejected it because he's a top player. Doesn't feel like the move suits him. Right, okay, so let's see if we can offer him more. Straight up to 8,000 of a wage. Hopefully he accepts that, and let's just go from there, really. And Lima, yet again, does not want to relocate ideally, but he could be persuaded. For 20k worth of contract, I don't think it's going to happen, so we've been priced out of that move. Let's go just 1.1 and see where we can go from there. We have another transfer offer now for Kwesi Appiah. It's from Blackburn. You know the drill, up to 700k and see if they accept it. We have some good news. Barnsley have accepted our offer of 1.25 million for George Moncur. Let's see if we can get our first signing of the transfer window. 4 years, and let's give him crucial first team. The 1.8 million offer for Malab has been accepted. He wants 15k. Let's offer him that and see if we can get another Let's see if we can sign him up now. Crucial first team as well. We finally have some good news. Musa Kone has accepted the contract offer of 8k, and we finally have our first signing of the summer transfer window. Took a month, but we finally have it, and we have a quality centre mid coming in. Blackburn have said they're only going to pay 675k. I'm happy to meet that. Let's just go down to them, and hopefully he might go to Blackburn and we might eventually be able to sell him. Biba Kabari, the offer's been accepted for 1.1, so let's see if we can go. Let's give him the 8k he wants. 5 years and important first team as well. And we have a player sold, and Ruben Lemarish has gone, and we have 500 extra k added to our transfer budget. And we have another good news. Peniel Malapa has accepted the offer, and he is our second signing of the transfer window. This is brilliant. Kone, who's 72 overall in centre mid, and now Peniel Malapa 70 overall rated at striker, partnering up with Leko, who's 69. We are looking so good. And even more news now. George Moncur has accepted his transfer offer, and he is coming in. He's coming in at centre attacking mid now. And we finally have good news regarding Appiah. He's finally been sold, and he's gone to Blackburn Rovers. So we have 475k of that has been added to our transfer budget. So then we have the first game of the season away from home at Burnley. That's going to be the start of the next episode. I do apologise for not playing any games in this episode. I thought we'd just get ourselves into the season, get going with a couple of transfers. It did take us a month, or just under a month, to make our first purchase. But if I show you the team, this is how strong it's looking. We've got quite a few number of 70s now. We have Leko at 70 rated now, along with Malapa up front. We have George Moncur just behind, who's on 69 rated. And then we have Kone and Stevenson, who are 68 and 72. Our midfield and strikers are looking so solid right now. Defence-wise, I'm happy. I'm still a little bit unclear about Willis, so I'll have to play that by ear. But we have Kelly Evans at right back, who will surely reach at least 70 at the end of the season. Same with Turnbull and Harris. Left back, we need to sort that position out. Sub-wise, we have Jones, who I replaced for George Moncur at cam. Look at him, he's 70 rated. I don't understand how we can't not have him in the team, but he can't be. Our sub-wise is looking a little bit weak. We do have a good backup keeper, and then Roses at centre mid. And then we have a couple of centre backs, but our reserves are very light, so look at that. And yeah, thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed this episode, the introduction just to Season 2, then do please leave a like. I'm just before I leave, I'm just going to say I apologise for not uploading a video. I haven't been feeling very very lately, so I haven't really been in the mood to edit. So that's why the end of Season 1 video was only posted the other day. But anyway, let's cut to the chase. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye!